Hello, good morning. You guys, welcome to Live Every Day. I am your host, Liv Harrison, and you are on Backchannel. Thank you for being here this morning. It's so great to see you. It's Wednesday, April 27th, and on the East Coast, it's already 8 a.m. Here in the great state of Texas, it's 7 a.m., and we are on the air for 2 hours today. Now, here's what's great. You can talk with me, you can chat, you can listen, you can watch all these things with Backchannel, and this is the only place you can do it. B-A-C-K channel. So get on there. I want to hear you. Backchannel.tv is where you can come and chat with me. If you're on a T-Rexa device, if you're on the app, if you're on the Echo Dot, you can come and chat there. If you're on an Echo Show or Fire TV, you can talk to your device. You can say, Echo, say, good morning, Liv, and it'll say good morning for you. Nathan is already joining us over on YouTube. Hi, Nathan. He's saying good morning to me and to Anna. Hi, Stacy. Good morning, friend. And of course, producer Anna is here. So everybody say hi to her. It is a fantastic day. Oh, yes. Nathan's saying, I hope your little guy's feeling better. I hope he is feeling better, Anna. Anna's saying hello. I want to say hi to everybody. Hi to London and YouTube. Hi, Blue Badger, Sheila, Profuse Wombat, Cody. Yay. April. Good morning. Steve. Hi. Babber. Good morning. Sydney. Hi. And Stacy. And then we got a couple of no names. Listen, if you joined and you took no name as your name, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want me to know your name, you can tell your device what your name is, and then I will know and I can say your name instead of no name. I want to say thank you to all the subscribers. By the way, you guys, that is I didn't know that would be such a fun thing, but we now have a new feature on Backchannel where you can hit a subscribe button. So YouTube, Sheila, Profuse Wombat, April, Babber, Sydney, and Stacy, you are all subscribers. You guys, thank you so much. If you can, if you're willing, I would love it. Could you please hit the subscribe button? That will subscribe you to this show, just to Live Every Day. Okay, not to everything on Backchannel, not to all the things, just this show. So you'll get announcements or notifications that the show is on and that you can come hang out with me, and I want to hang out with you. And that actually really helps me out. So I would appreciate it. Nathan is being so sweet. You love my shirt. Collar and sleeves are very cool. I know, I love this shirt. It's a very fun, fluffy, flirty kind of a shirt. I love it. Stacy says, good morning, Anna. Yes, she's going to be friendly to us today. You're so cute, Stacy. And you will get a reminder. That's right. If you subscribe, Stacy's a subscriber, so she does know. Hi, no name, new, first time on the show. Great that you're here. Okay, so today is What Wednesday, April 27th. And I forgot to say this. Not that actually my family doesn't get to watch this morning show, but yesterday was my littlest brother's birthday. I guess he's not little. My youngest brother's birthday. And I didn't even mention it. Can you believe that? So happy birthday to my brother, Joe. I wanted to say that to him. Anyway, he's a teacher. He's a high school teacher. So he's been at school for 3 hours already at this point, and he has 75 kids. Okay. So anyway, What Wednesday is when we go through the show and we're like, wait, what? What? It can either be really positive or really negative, or it could be just shocking or scientific or pop culture. I mean, we're going to go back into another story that we were into yesterday. We got into this crazy conversation about metaverse weddings. I sent Anna an article about a guy. I don't even know if it made it onto the schedule today, because sometimes I don't know what the names of the articles that I send Anna, and Anna finds so many incredible articles on her own. And so sometimes I'll look at our run of show and I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is. And then it'll pop up and I'm like, oh, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that article is. But I read about this man that married, Anna, did you see this? Did you get this article? The one that married she's a virtual character that's kind of well known. It'd be like virtually marrying a gummy bear. I don't know. he's been married to her for 3 years. Anyway, all very interesting. Wait, I think I also saw this, but I don't think you sent it. Oh, did I not send it? Oh no, Anna. Maybe because I was in such shock. Yeah, okay. Oh, Nathan, so you can talk meta weddings for sure. What describes them well? It needs to be on today's schedule, and I think it is. April says I made peanut butter white chocolate chip muffins today. What? That's incredible, friend. That's when you need my address and you mail them. That sounds so good. Talon, hi. Daniel, hello. Jack, hello. The one and only Steve. I see you, Texas. Steve, is that my friend, Steve? Is that Steve Wilson? Boy, you better hit that subscribe button. I need all the subscribers. Okay, Mindy is here. Hi. Yes. Okay, yes. Mindy, I read an article about a guy who married a hologram. Super sad. Yes. And I went down a whole rabbit hole yesterday. Yes, in Japan. Anna, maybe you can find that article. It shouldn't be hard. I don't know how many people have married virtual people. So he's in Japan and they've been married 3 years. So that's a story. Golly, what the what? Yeah, so we kind of I saw the metaverse situation we were going to get to later in the day, but I don't know. Maybe I can't wait, Anna. Maybe I just can't hold on and I need to talk about it now. Should we start? Okay, don't pull up that article just yet. I'll get back. Let me get back on track. It just was so shocking. Like it was right, Mindy? I mean, were you just like, what? Oh, wait, Mindy, I did not read that. Hold on. Stop. Mindy is giving an update and saying that the platform that he had this relationship with this virtual woman, this hologram, it collapsed. So he lost his fictional partner. They were married 3 years. That's longer than a lot of relationships I know. That is incredible. Okay, slotted in. Thank you, Anna. Sorry I didn't send it to you. From an attachment perspective, it's fascinating. Oh, no kidding. I was reading this article, you guys, and hi, Jack. First time on the stream. Hi, and no name first time. You guys hit the subscribe button. You'll get updates when this show is on, just this show. So click it. Here's the thing about this whole metaverse situation. And I think what's interesting, and we're just diving right in today. We just started diving. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. You have, Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion this week. Cash. Then you've got this guy who is married to a hologram and has been for 3 years. You can now get married in a metaverse. Now, here's the thing. I don't think his marriage was legal, to Japan. I don't think anybody recognizes their marriage. I don't think anybody recognizes a metaverse marriage. Now, you can get married virtually, right? But I think the people have to be in real life with a minister. We can watch you. But this metaverse thing that we were talking about yesterday, you guys, which is so what the what. Hi, No Name. Hi. I am so glad you're here. Hi, Scandalous Bat. Tell me your name, No Name. Is that no one is anywhere. You're getting married with an Oculus device on your face, and you get married in the virtual universe virtually. I don't know. We might have to put a pin in this. This is hold on. Coffee. I gotta have coffee, you guys. Woo! Talk about a virtual day. What the what? All right. Mindy's saying the man in Japan who married a hologram, he was humiliated and rejected by humans. He became depressed, makes sense, and reclusive, sure. Formed an attachment with a virtual character. Oh, like Wilson from Castaway. See, Mindy has a master's degree and is a therapist and knows what she's talking about instead of the BuzzFeed articles I usually read to you guys. So anytime she speaks, you can listen. So what she's saying is in the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. almost all of us have seen that movie. He gets very attached, right? He makes an attachment to this volleyball. That is a great example, to the volleyball, and he calls it Wilson. And not only does he get attached, let's be honest, every single one of us got attached to Wilson in Castaway. And when the volleyball, Wilson, gets like taken by the ocean, I'm going to get emotional now. No, Mindy, don't apologize. This is what. This is exactly what we're doing. We're here now. We're here. Listen, don't fight it, right? Some days you just have to not fight it. And this is where we're at today. Julian, hi. First time here out in California. Good morning. I'm so glad you're listening. An amusing oyster. I love it. Out in Texas. Hi, good morning. You guys, y'all are fantastic. Hit the subscribe button for me, friends. That way you'll know when the show's back on. So we're just going to dive into this. We're just going to go here. It's What the What Wednesday. We left yesterday on a note. Those of you who were here, we were reading about metaverse weddings, the virtual weddings with virtual people, meaning you're not in the room with the person, with anybody. And then it's gone deeper. There's a guy in Japan. This is what we're talking about. And he married a hologram. They've been married for 3 years, and the platform collapsed, and now he's alone. Mindy is a real life therapist, like master's degree, has a practice. Mindy is saying this is similar to the concept in the film Castaway with Tom Hanks, when he gets put on a deserted island and he has no human interaction. Now, we all know we are made for human interaction. In a lot of ways, many of us can connect with this because we went through the pandemic. We're going through the pandemic. And we were isolated. We were put in, some of us were put in lockdown. Some of us couldn't leave our homes for various reasons, all sorts of things, right? So I would have to say, for the first time in life, anyone who did not understand an attachment disorder or did not understand what it means to make a human connection on that level, or needing human connection, understands now. Okay. And our whole lives went virtual. In the film Castaway, he, yes, makes friends with this volleyball and names it Wilson, but the audience is drawn in. Just like in the film Frozen, you are drawn in to Hans and Anna. And when he leaves her in the end, you're devastated and you're shocked. And that is a tremendous example of narcissism from Hans. So I always use that to explain narcissistic personality disorder to people is the film Frozen. To explain attachment disorder, I think this is brilliant. To show what happened with Wilson. When he goes out in the ocean, I lost my mind. I mean, like, I will get emotional now. Stella, hi. So Steve is saying, I didn't get connected to Wilson. Got enough of those in my life. You got enough Wilsons in your life, Steve? Sheila says, I cried when Wilson got lost in the ocean. Anna, did you cry? I mean, like, I gotta know. Anna says, Mindy, do you have time to have a life therapy session with all of us right now? Like, for real. And she says, we have to read about the guy who got married to the fictional character. Oh, for sure, friend. We're absolutely doing that today. So yeah, let's see what Mindy's saying. Okay, Mindy's saying, no, accidentally retracted it. Well, you got my meaning. Nathan says, this reminds me a lot about the concept of video games like Grand Theft Auto, where you murder, right, have biblical relations, yes, or steal from people, as in an avatar. It is real, it is fantasy, it is both. True. Mindy's saying, Wilson, it's a survival drive, and people die without connection. You know, for a long time, and we've talked about it on the show before. And Backchannel, I want to hear from you. Backchannel.tv. Let's bring it back a little. Let's bring it back. Wilson in Castaway, did you get attached to that character, even though it was a volleyball? You know, obviously Sheila did. Andrea, hello, good morning. Stella, hi, first time watcher out in Georgia. Hello, friend. Yeah, I can't watch Castaway and still not cry with Wilson. That is emotional. We talked about orphans, right? We've talked about back in the day in the 80s, you would hear a lot about babies in Romania, orphans in Romania who would die because they didn't have any connection whatsoever, and no one would hold them or anything like that. We've talked about here on the show here in Houston, you can go and sign up and volunteer to hold babies in the NICU, We need human interaction. This is not an opinion, right? This is a fact. Mindy's saying, yes, Wilson saved his life. He did. In the film Castaway, he's going crazy. I mean, he's living alone on a deserted island. Could you imagine when your mind would go thinking about all those things? He had to have somebody to talk to, right? He had to develop a relationship. So Anna's saying there's a movie called Chappie. It's the worst. She doesn't recommend, but you really get attached to Chappie, which is a robot. And then I got mad at myself because I was like, why am I attached to a robot? It's also the movie AI. Did anyone ever see the movie AI? What other, you know what? This is a great conversation. What films showed you that you can get attached to something not real and care about them? In the movie AI, man, that's a tough film. That's with Haley Joel, right? Haley Joel Osment. And that's a tough movie. Bicentennial Man was a hard movie. Anytime they're using robots. What about Iron Giant? Has anyone seen Iron Giant? Sorry. No name. Hi. First time on the show. I want to hear what you guys think. Where in life have you gotten attached to something that isn't real, whether it's in film, whether it's with a fictional character in a book? Maybe you get really lost in books when you're reading, you know what I mean? Anything like that. Sydney, hi. Iron Giant. It is so sad. Anna says maybe Ted and I will watch that today. Yeah. So Nathan said, I did not get attached, but totally understood his desperate response to Wilson going back to Castaway. Mindy Howard is saying Short Circuit. Who remembers the film Short Circuit? Johnny Five alive? Yeah, he is. Johnny Five is alive. Of course he is. And Batteries Not Included. Anybody remember Batteries Not Included? Cocoon? Like there were all these films in the 80s where we got attached. War Games, you know what I mean? The computer Jonathan. Mindy's saying Wally. Steve says, don't need anyone. I just talk with judges in my head. Cheers, you guys. Here's to coffee, man. What? Mindy says there's an entire body of research on people's attachment to Harry Potter. In what way? In a way that they think they went to Hogwarts? Because I mean, Nathan says The Hiding Place, the bio of Corey Ten Boom is a book, and Les Miserables, and you really connect. Oh, to Jean Valjean and Les Mis, that's true. Yeah, Jean Valjean, a lot of people will get connected. Anybody else? Any other characters that you've ever just gotten so attached to? Here's an interesting thought. I know a lot of your readers, and where's my back channel people? Y'all are being so quiet today. Come hop on backchannel.tv, backchannel.tv, chat with me there or talk to your device. I want to hear from you. Anna's saying yes. I mean, people's attachment to Disney as well is probably not healthy. Oh, Nathan, we're going to have to get to that comment in just a second. Cody, hi. Good morning out in Tennessee. Okay, so there's a movie. Well, what was I going to say? Hold on. I got excited when I saw Cody on there. Ashley, there's so many thoughts in my head. I'm thinking of Les Miserables. I'm thinking of Disney. I'm thinking of Harry Potter. I'm thinking of all these people. And I'm like, who am I attached to? Well, I'll come back to it. It'll come back to me. Nathan says, I met a girl yesterday who actually believes she's a Hufflepuff. For real? Like she actually believes she's a Hufflepuff? What does that mean? This is fascinating to me. Ashley, hello. Good morning out in Virginia. Yeah. Oh, now I remember. Hunger Games. I was going to talk about Hunger Games. Those of you who read, a lot of you read, and come talk to me. I want to chat with you guys about this. A lot of people got very angry at the end of Hunger Games, at the end of the book series. Katniss did not turn out to be somebody that they really connected to in the end. Was that for the reader's good? Was that good for those of us who get attached to disconnect with Katniss? Nathan threw the book across the room when he was done reading it. For real. You know what I mean? So was that, hi, Cody. Good morning, friend. Good morning. Hi, Nancy. Hello. Was that intentional by the author? That would be interesting. You know what I mean? Nathan said that book sucked at the end. No way. It was lazy writing. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Anna says she doesn't even want to talk about Twilight. We've had a couple of talks about Twilight, about Team Jacob, Team, Edward. Anna says, I think characters like Jean Valjean, like in Les Miserables, is a little different than robots or volleyballs. But is it, Mindy? Is it different? This is a good question. If you're reading a book and there's a character, Jean Valjean, okay, which is a very human character, and then you're watching Short Circuit, Iron Giant, AI, Wilson in Castaway, is that attachment any different? Or is that the same concept, but it just manifests differently? I'm asking our resident therapist. Okay, Steve says, Darth Vader is the best dad ever. Nathan said, yes, the Hufflepuff girl that he met yesterday, she has a bunch of tattoos all about Hufflepuff and lives a life based on Hufflepuff philosophy. Peter says, hi, Peter. Good morning, Peter. I get attached to food, not characters, like that food in Ratatouille. You know what, Peter? I'm so glad you're here. I was going down a deep, dark, real hole this morning, and Peter's like, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to bring it back. I got to tell you something, Peter. I know exactly what you mean talking about that Ratatouille dish. Tell me you've wanted to try that your entire life. Here's what's really bad. We were just at Disney World last week. Okay, last week. And they have the new Ratatouille ride. They make it like it looks just like the film, and they pump in smell. It's just cruel, Peter, but I know exactly what you mean. Okay, Nathan says team. Jacob, Mindy says it depends about our attachment, and I think she's going to write a little bit more about that. BB-8 was the most relatable character in the new Star Wars movies. That is fact. That is a true fact. Nobody got attached to Rey. I'm just saying. Or Rose. Oh, man. There's so much hate for her. Steve, Wolverine's claws. Lana likes your shirt today. Good morning, beautiful Lana. Hi, friend. I am so glad you're here. Sheila says you need to make that dish on the air, right? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Mindy says, is this attachment delusional? Are we replacing human relationships with fictional ones because it's emotionally safer? And Steve says, Mindy's attached to Grasshopper. I don't even know what that means. Anna says, what's in the Ratatouille soup, by the way? We'll never know. I know, but it's just super good. Everyone wants to try it. It's so true. Oh, grass puddle. Oh, Minnie's attached to grass puddle. Thank you, Anna. Anna just decodes Steve. Yeah. Cody, it's so good. I'm so glad you guys are here. You guys are the best. Yeah, poor Rose on Star Wars. Somebody liked it. All right, let's dig into this article. Let's dig into this. Tokyo. In almost every way, how do you say his name? Akishoko Kondo is an ordinary Japanese man. He's pleasant, easy to talk to. He has friends, a steady job, wears a suit and tie to work. There's one exception. Mr. Kondo is married to a fictional character. His beloved Hatsumi Miku is a turquoise-haired, computer-synthesized pop singer who has toured with Lady Gaga. What does that mean? And starred in video games. After a decade-long relationship, one that Mr. Kondo says pulled him out of a deep depression, he held a small unofficial wedding ceremony in Tokyo in 2018. Miku, in the form of a plush doll, wore white, and he was in a matching tuxedo. I am just going to call him Kondo. Thank you, Mindy. I don't know where Grasshopper is today, and that is definitely what we're calling him from now on. Mr. Kondo, guys, I need to hear your thoughts. Backchannel.tv. I want to hear what you're thinking about this already. Like, you've got to have thoughts about this already. In Miku, Mr. Kondo has found love, inspiration, and solace, he says. He and his assortment of Miku dolls eat, sleep, and watch movies together. Sometimes they sneak off on romantic getaways, posting photos on Instagram. Mr. Kondo, 38 years old, knows that people think it's strange, even harmful. He knows that some possibly reading this article. He knows that some possibly reading this article hope he'll grow out of it. And yes, he knows that Miku isn't real, but his feelings for her are. When we're together, she makes me smile. Oh, this is going to make me emotional, he said in a recent interview. And in that sense, she's real. Golly. Wow. Okay. And Mr. Kondo is one of thousands of people in Japan who have entered into unofficial marriages. Thousands? Thousands of people with fictional characters in recent decades, served by a vast industry aimed at satisfying the every whim of a fervent fan culture. Tens of thousands more around the globe have joined online groups where they discuss their commitment to characters from anime, manga, and video games. Wow. For some, the relationships are just for a laugh. Mr. Kondo, though, however, has long known that he didn't want a human partner. Partly it was because he was rejected by the rigid expectations of Japanese family life, but mostly it's because he's always felt an intense and even to himself inexplicable attraction to fictional characters. Accepting his feelings was hard at first, but life with Miku, he argues, has advantages over being with a human partner. She's always there for him. She'll never betray him, and he'll never have to see her get ill or die. This is blowing my mind. If this isn't the most what anything we have read today, ever. Mr. Kondo sees himself as a growing movement of people who identify as fictosexuals. That's partly what motivated him to publicize his wedding and to sit for awkward interviews with news media around the globe. He wants the world to know that people like him are out there. And with advances in artificial intelligence and robotics allowing for more profound interactions with an animate, that their numbers are likely to increase. It's not a political movement, he said, but a plea to be seen. It's about respecting other people's lifestyles. Pretend people true feelings. It's not unusual for a work of art to provoke real emotions. Good point. Anger, sorrow, joy, and the phenomenon of desiring the fictional is not unique to Japan. But the idea that fictional characters can inspire real affection or even love may well have reached its highest expression in modern Japan, where the sentiment has given rise to a highly visible subculture and become the basis for a thriving industry. The Japanese word for feelings those characters inspire is mo, a term that has become shorthand for just about anything that is viscerally adorable. Interesting. All right. Anna's going to skip to the bottom. Here he is. This is the man that the article is about and his partner. I guess that's the day they got married. She's really pretty. Like, I'm going to have to come back and read everybody's comments. I am just blown away. Like, this is just, can you imagine someone coming into your coffee shop with this? Yeah, for real. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm going to read what everybody's saying. All right. Sorry. Minnie's saying, okay, wait. Oh, I got to go to everybody's comments. They've already scrolled way past beyond. Let me scroll back to Peter. All right, let's see. Here we go. Peter says, I feel like it's okay to love characters as internal reflections of people we know and love, including ourselves. I think the best characters are the ones who help you know yourself better. You might have already given an example, but if you have one, let me know. Mindy says, lovely Peter. And let's see. Steve says he's like the movie Jexy. Mindy says, see, this is like Wilson. It's so sad. He entered thinking he'd never be rejected, only to be abandoned when the platform collapsed. Oh my gosh, Mindy. I can't even imagine what that would do to his psyche. I really can't. You know what I mean? I just can't even imagine. Yeah, Steve said, but she will leave him or die when the server goes bye-bye. And it did. The platform collapsed. Hi, Grass Petals. So tired, so early. I have no idea where in the world you are, and I'm so sorry. Yes, he didn't marry a toy, he married a fictional character. And yeah. So Peter says he's definitely sick, not in a mean way. I wish he was getting help. Talk about objectification. Mindy said he married a hologram. Yep. It's interesting. This is not recognized as a disorder yet. Grass Puddle says, I've met women like that. Close enough. What kind of women? With blue hair, Grass Puddle? All right. What is everybody else saying? Voicemail. Hi. First time watcher out in Florida. We are deep into a very interesting conversation about a man who has married a fictional character in Japan. They've been married for 3 years. This is their wedding rings. He brought a doll of her to whatever. Hi, Stacy. Sheila says we need to create a new game where the world is Grass Puddle. Stacey says she's having cinnamon toast breakfast this morning. I love it for breakfast. That is what the what, if you ask me. Yeah, Stacey, that is what the what. What do you mean? You've met women like what? Peter says I've met men with this kind of relationship with their cars. They would marry their car. Stacey, that's ridiculous, new and strange, equally sick. Really? What about with animals? What about with dogs? Have you ever met people that are so obsessed with their pets? This is interesting. I got to say, I mean, and this is not to come out and say anything about about anything. Anna wants me to tell you, Stacey, that Krispy Kreme is coming out with a cinnamon toast crunch donut. Just to put that in. Let's see. Lots of disorders out there. Whoa, Liv went there. I'm just saying, even more sick since it's abusive with animals. It is. I see that Nathan is actually my daughter because she says, you, Mom. I am in love with my dog, but not to the point of like this. I really enjoyed the show. Cody, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you. I love that you're here, Cody. I really do. Stacey, I've met people who love cats and dogs and someone who really loves the dog, who loves a dog right now. I do love my dog, but if the house was on fire and I could only choose my dog or my kids, I would choose my kids. Like, but there's some people that, okay, remember in like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the old one with Gene Wilder, with the mom whose husband gets kidnapped and she has a box of Wonka bars. Do you remember that? And they said it's either your husband's life or your box of Wonka bars. Do you remember this? And she actually says, how long will they give me to think about it? I think Roald Dahl, when you read what he was writing, okay, and I know we're off on a tangent today, but when you read what he was writing Willy Wonka for a lot of reasons. You guys know that, right? Like he was very upfront about it. I think, Mindy, he was onto something before we got into this virtual world that we can't even like define right now. We don't even have this disorder like written, like this should be concerning. I want to talk as a woman. I feel it's offensive to me to feel that I can be replaced. I'm trying to decide if I can say this word or not. There are places you can go on the internet to look at images. Okay. They used to only come in magazines and now you can find them anywhere. And I'm just saying, like, I think it's offensive as a woman to say you can be replaced by a photograph. You can be replaced by a doll. You can be replaced by a hologram. You can be replaced by something else. And I think that it breaks my heart. It does. Like it really hurts my heart. Grass Puddle, I'm not even out of bed. What's going on? Nathan says it's modern day Jonathan Swift. And Mindy says it should be concerning. Yes. Peter says there's lots of different loves. Eros, is it meant for anything other than people or God? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. That's a very good point, Peter. But that's also very theological for this show. Mindy says the fantasy interferes with the actual human behavior and connection. Here's the thing I want to tell everybody. Being a human, being a female human, okay, to all the men folk out there and to all the lady folk as well. Cody says this is very disturbing to me. It is. It should be. You know, Anna's saying, but think of all the rejection he's faced from women and he sees it as an alternative to being sad. That's also sad. But who here hasn't been rejected? Every single person here today has been rejected. If you are a human being and you are alive, is there anything more painful than rejection? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything more painful than rejection, and it's because it is personal. You cannot get around that. You can't. And when you have to face, I'm getting rejected because of me, that, man, that cuts really deep. But as a female, as a biologically born woman, human, I got to say, I'm going to let you down. I am going to make mistakes. I'm going to fail. That is every single human being on the planet, but that is part of our human experience. Yes, is it safer, but is it because it's like a two-dimensional relationship instead of a multifaceted one. And there is something beautiful about the torture of love and really trying to connect with someone and then actually making it through things. This is deep. Wild Raccoon, hello, good morning. First time listener out in Virginia. I'd like to pause and say I'm sorry to all the first time listeners. Usually we talk about Kanye, but not today. Okay, I got to read everybody's comments. Let's see. Peter says, it's disordered love, which is one of the most dangerous things to disorder. Oh, so true. That's neat, Peter. English only has one word for love. Other languages have more. It's true. We do need more words. Peter says, I've spent a long time teaching my middle schoolers about this stuff. Nathan says, Willy Wonka is like a manifestation of extreme but true disorders. It's true. Steve says, I have not been rejected. I am Batman. More painful than rejection. Stubbing your toe, your finger in the door, or kicked in the fruit basket. Steve, you need a hug, Steve. You need to come over and let me hug you. Peter, okay, we've crossed the line to therapy. Let's talk about food, sushi, or pizza. Grasswater wants to know if you would marry sushi or pizza. I say yes. Mindy says the experience of fictophilia is even more fascinating because of the stigma and ridicule. So we have someone who is struggling to connect and then become even more marginalized by their obsession. That is interesting. Marrying Kanye is disordered love, is what Nathan says. Sorry, Peter. You guys, this is a great conversation for a Wednesday. Okay. Wow. What? The world is imperfect and it's full of imperfect people. How about we do this? We are 40 minutes in. I cannot believe this. This is crazy, you guys. I mean, this is what's so funny. This teaches me, Anna, you and I'm bringing us both under the bus. You did nothing wrong. I can't start an article like this the day before with 2 seconds. Yes, we got to go to a game. I'm like, let's discuss marriages in the metaverse with 30 seconds. We can't do it. Man, yeah, we got to play a game. Mindy, we're playing a game. We're all go. Okay, ready, everybody? Kanye is a disorder. You're right, Grass Pedal. I want everybody to take a deep breath. Deep breath. Are we ready? We're going to breathe. We're going to do 3, 2, 5. So we're going to breathe in for 3. We're going to hold it for 2. And then we're going to exhale for 5. We've done this before in the show. Everybody ready? I want you to do it. Here we go. We're going to breathe in for 3. Hold it for 2. Breathe out for 5. Let's play a game. We're going to play a game. We're doing 1-star movie reviews, everybody. Okay? Woo! Now, here's how you play this game. Everybody on Backchannel, y'all been quiet. I'm sure you're all terrified. You're on Backchannel. You can listen. You can watch. You can chat. You can do that by, we're resetting. You can do that by, by going to backchannel.tv. You can also talk to your device. So if you've got an Alexa device, or if you're on the app, or if you're on the Echo Dot, go to Backchannel, B-A-C-K, backchannel.tv, and chat with me there. You can play the game with us. If you've got an Echo Show or a Fire TV, you can speak to your device. You can say, Echo, say whatever. Also, we've got YouTube and we've got Facebook. So you guys... I can't even read what y'all are writing. We're going to get going on this game. Oh, also, hit the subscribe button while you're there. Okay? All right, here we go. You are going to guess what movie is being described by this 1-star review. These are real reviews. Real reviews. Okay? Here we go. Number 1, misleading, not a single lamb. Anna is keeping score. What are you getting if you win? At the end of the week, somebody will get one of these beauties, Live Everyday mugs. A couple of you have them now. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny right now. Okay, which movie, guys? Backchannel.tv, where are you? I want to see you. Come on over. Come on over. What movie are we talking about? Somebody wrote a 1-star review, misleading, not a single lamb. Mindy says Silent of the Lambs. Steve says no more breathing techniques. Nathan says Silence of the Lambs or Castaway. That's funny. Rebecca says, good morning, Rebecca. Hi, friend. I'm glad you're here. Rebecca says Silence of the Lambs. So does Steve. Grassville says Jesus Christ Superstar. That's really funny. That's really funny. Anna called me Daniel Tiger for my breathing technique. Oh my gosh. Backchannel, where are y'all? Cody, Stacy, I'm going to call out your names. London, Sheila, No Name, Stacy, Andrea, YouTube, Cody again, Wild Raccoon, Steve in Utah, and another No Name. What are your guesses? Misleading, not a single lamb. That is really funny. You guys are killing me today. Oh my gosh, Mindy, we're going to have a therapy session after this. You're going to just have to call me. Silence of the Lambs. Way to go, everybody. Silence of the Lambs. But we will also accept Jesus Christ Superstar. That is so funny. James, hi. Yes. Sheila, can I be on the group therapy session? We can start that. We might have to have an after show with Mindy where we all just get together and talk about the show. Okay, here we go. 1-star movie review. What film are they talking about? Here is the review. My Bible study group was most upset by this movie. We thought it was going to be about Eve from the Bible. It's not. We felt very cheated. This movie is an outrage to people of faith. Plus, it was black and white, but the DVD case is in color. False advertising all the way around. Minnie says all about Eve. You know what I thought of? Does anybody remember back in the 90s? Oh my gosh, this is going to be so awful if I say this out loud. Sheila's saying all about Eve. What is it? Escape to Eden? It was with Rosie O'Donnell. Sheila, what film was that? It was like Escape to Eden. Eden is something like that. Grass Puddle wants a new show with Mindy. We know. Therapy hour. We all want a new show with Mindy. Hey, Liv, how'd you get fired? Well, one of my frequent listeners was better at this than me. So she has my job now. East of Eden? Is that the one with Rosie O'Donnell? With Doris Day? All About Eve isn't with Doris Day. No, something with Rosie O'Donnell. Stacy's saying all about Eve. It is Exit to Eden, isn't it? Exit to Eden. That is not okay for a Bible study group. I never saw it, but I knew that much. Okay, 1 star. My Bible study group was most upset by this movie. We thought it was going to be about Eve from the Bible. It's not. We felt very cheated. This movie is an outrage to people of faith. Plus, it's in black and white, but the DVD case is in color. False advertising all the way around. What film are they talking about? Witches of Eastwick. You guys are so cute. Sure hair. Hi, good morning. Any other guesses? I'm going to say Exit to Eden. It is not a black and white film. It's got to be all about Eve, but I just think that's funny. Mindy says, y'all would be so bored with my show. Oh, friend, we adore you. I'm not nearly as entertaining, way too serious. No, you're fantastic. You are fantastic. I'm not entertaining. I am silly. Steve, Chariots of Fire. All About Eve. All About Eve. Who was in that? Betty Davis? Is Betty Davis in All About Eve? Is that correct? Anybody know All About Eve? That's really funny. You guys, if a Bible study really did rent All About Eve to watch, it is Betty Davis. Anna says Betty Davis. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Thank God they didn't read Exit to Eden. Or watch. That's awful. Okay. Number one. Number three, 1-star movie review. Ready? I was hoping Swayze would fight more. I'm assuming they mean Patrick Swayze. Sheila says, and Baxter plays the main character of Eve. Oh, really? Grasswell says, Mindy, have a show about marrying toasters and the viewers will come. Steve says, Bible study groups aren't supposed to read. This is a movie. Okay, GP, if only you could be the producer. I love that you guys have your own show. Go to Twitch. Y'all can have a show. Rebecca says Roadhouse. Grasspetal says Dirty Dancing, but why would he fight in Dirty Dancing? Steve says Roadhouse. I've never seen Roadhouse. Is that a violent film? Sheila says Roadhouse. What other films is Patrick Swayze even in? Stacy says, oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't think of any other famous Patrick Swayze. Really and truly, I don't know if I know. Oh, Ghost. That would be funny. What if it's Ghost? Okay, Steve just said next of kin or Ghost. That's hysterical. Cody says Roadhouse. Okay, Steve says Dirty Dancing. Nathan says Roadhouse. He needs to fight. He needs to fight more in Dirty Dancing. Mindy says Ghost. Grasspetal says Ghost. Doesn't he fight in Roadhouse? I don't know what Roadhouse is about. You know what I think of? I think of Texas Roadhouse and I think of peanuts on the tables and on the floor. That's what I think of. Dirty Dancing? No. Anna, stop it. Are you kidding me right now? Somebody, stop it. That is a hilarious review. Somebody put on Dirty Dancing and then was angry that Patrick Swayze didn't fight more. Someone must have seen a fighting Swayze movie first. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. That is so funny, you guys. Right? Cresswell's like, whoa. Oh my gosh. These are so funny. Sheila says, yeah, there's a lot of fighting. That might be a sarcastic review. I think they were serious. Stacy, you were right. Dirty Dancing. Yeah. Here we go. Pound it, y'all. Way to go. High five, team. Stacy, I've seen Dirty Dancing and it's absolutely amazing. My grandma Lucille actually watched it with me. Oh, I love that. That's great. Okay. Here we go. Sheila says, yeah, now I see how they answer. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Oh yeah, he should have fought, right? He should have gotten angry. Nathan said if they saw Roadhouse, they might be thinking that. I don't know. I never saw it. Okay. Here is another 1-star review. What movie are they talking about? Turns out fish love just isn't my thing. Ew. What today? What, everybody's gonna have to go hug a real human today. But more power to them. Also, really boring movie. Turns out fish love just isn't my thing, but more power to them. Also, really boring movie. I have no idea. I was like thinking a fish called Wanda. Or fish, is that what it is? A fish named Wanda? Finding Nemo? Nathan says Splash. What was that weird movie that came out? Fish Called Wanda, Sheila? What was the weird movie that came out where she falls in love with, yeah, Grasspell says Finding Nemo. Maybe. These people are very interesting to me. She falls in love with that fishy character. It just came out a couple of years ago. You remember what I'm talking about? He's like in a tank and, right? It just came out. Shape of Water. Thank you, Mindy. Shape of Water. That could go in our conversation today. Rebecca says Big Fish. Is that what Big Fish is about? Oh, hint, it is recent. Anna says it's recent, Little Mermaid. Steve. Little Mermaid. Oh my God, I'm dying. Okay, Shape of Water. That's what I was trying to think of. Sheila says Fish Called Wanda. Stacy says Finding Nemo. Nathan says Splash. Grass Puddle says Finding Nemo. Mindy says, well, I don't know if she was answering me, but Shape of Water. What is your guess, Mindy? What is your actual guess? Is that your actual guess? Rebecca says Big Fish. Steve says Little Mermaid. God, that'd be so great. I gotta already get another cup of coffee, and it's not even an hour in. Oh, today. Shape of Water, that's your guess? I think Shape of Water too. I really do. It is Shape of Water. Mindy, girlfriend. Bam. But Steve should get a point for Little Mermaid. For sure. For sure. That is so funny. The thing that came out on Disney Plus recently, what is that? Y'all, this is the last one. This is the last one. Okay. Finding Nemo is also funny. All right. 1-star review. What movie are we talking about? Left me feeling that I'm gambling with my retirement savings. Not a good feeling. Grassfell says Little Mermaid makes more sense. It kind of does. It kind of does. And Sheila says she agrees. 1 point for Little Mermaid to Steve. So there you go, Anna. We can't fight the people. The people have spoken. Steve gets a point. I just want Steve to have a mug with my name on it. And I'll have to give one to Lana as well. Okay. Anna says 1 point to Steve. All right. What film are they talking about? Left me feeling like I'm gambling with my retirement savings. Not a good feeling. Nathan says Margin Call. Who's going to know Margin Call? Yeah, you and I know that, but nobody else is going to know that. Wall Street? What movie? I'm gambling with my retirement savings. Not a good feeling. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Backchannel, what are your thoughts? Sheila says The Accountant. Could be true. That was on TV last night. I don't know if it was like on HBO. I have no idea. Wolf of Wall Street. That's funny, Nathan. Stacy says Margin Call. Steve says Pretty Woman. Indecent Proposal. Grassfiddle says Trading Spaces. Christian Bale and Steve Carell, like they're in the film. This is Steve, Field of Dreams. Return of the Jedi. Let's just give obscure answers. Okay, that should be the new game. What film is this not? That should be the real game. Name what this isn't. Snow White. Cocoon. Yes, Rebecca, that's a good one. Yeah, Cocoon. Anna says ha, or just the best answer that works but isn't correct. That would be fun. That would be really fun. Let's play that next time, Anna, and we vote for it'll be like Balderdash. We'll vote for whose answer is so crazy, and we pick like how we just all picked Steve for Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? That would be fantastic. Nathan says, I know the movie, I just can't think of it. Sheila says, wait, what are you saying, Sheila? Yeah, exactly. Like Anna says, Little Mermaid worked, but it wasn't right. Steve is saying Ghostbusters Afterlife. Grasswell says, I always play that. Minnie says Big Short. The accountant character was very scary. Really, Sheila? I didn't watch it. It looks scary. No, but I'm saying, but now we'll officially play the game. We're like, then we vote on the best answer. We'll do it with this one. Steve Wilson, Coming to America. West Side Story. Nathan says Big Short. Big Short? I never saw Big Short. Nathan says Mindy's right. Really? Although Trading Spaces kind of could work if you think about it. What about The Jerk? The Big Short. You guys, I've never seen it. Oh my gosh. Steve, Avengers Endgame. Thanos. That is really funny. Mindy, I don't want to watch Wall Street movies. It's too sad. Oh my God. You guys, I hope this counts as exercise. Does it? Does this count for like improving your life watching this show altogether? I sure hope so. I don't know the last time I've laughed like this. Y'all are fantastic. I love you guys. You guys are so great. Thank you so much for coming and listening to Live Every Day. We've got another hour of this. If anybody wants to take a moment, we're actually going to take a minute break in just a second. Give everybody a moment to catch their breath, get new coffee. Steve says, I win. Live mug drop. Stacy says that is ridiculous. I haven't seen that movie. But seriously, you guys, thank you so much. Everybody who's out listening on if you're on your Alexa device, if you're on the Alexa app, if you are on Echo Dot, you can hop over to backchannel.tv, BACK, and type there. You can chat with me there. I can read it. You can get into the conversation. If you are on the, what is it? Fire TV? Is that right? Is it Fire Stick or Fire TV? Anna, can you tell me the name of this? I don't know. Or on the, it's both? Okay. Fire Stick, Fire TV. If you're on bye, Nathan. Everybody loves you, Nathan. If you're on the Echo Show, you can talk to your device. Your magic word is say. So you can say, Echo, say, good morning, Liv. Echo, say, I'm having a blast. So it's like Roku. Okay. If you have the Fire TV or plug in the Fire Stick, it's the same thing Anna says. Okay, great. Then we've got our YouTube folks and we've got Facebook folks as well. Okay, Stacy, thank you, Fire TV. So the one thing I'm going to ask everybody, even if you don't, do me a solid. Please. I'm being desperate right now. Hop over to backchannel.tv and hit the subscribe button because the number of subscriptions counts. It means something in my world. I know it doesn't in yours, but it does to me. When you do that, not only are you helping me out, Anna said subscriber swag will be coming soon. I don't even know what that means. So that's exciting. And the other thing is that, I need to get as many subscribers as I can. It subscribes you just to this show, just to this one. It does not subscribe you to anything else on Backchannel. So it's just me. You'll get a reminder that the show is on. So even if you're on YouTube, guys, even if you're on Facebook, if you don't mind heading over to backchannel.tv and hitting that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. You can also leave me a review, which goes to Amazon. That would be great. So we are coming up to the next hour. I've got to start the next hour and share that I spoke at Career Day yesterday at my daughter's school. And I have got to tell you guys about it. Like, I've got to. Steve says, Liv says she'll pay you $50 to subscribe. We're getting close to that, Steve. We're getting close. Hold out. No, I'm not going to pay you $50. You don't want to subscribe. You don't have to subscribe. But I would appreciate it. But no, yeah, I do have a really funny story to share with you guys. And I want to do that whenever we get back. So we are going to take a 1-minute break to come back to the top of the hour. So do not change the channel. Do not go anywhere. Stay right there. We'll be right back. You are watching Live Every Day. You guys, welcome back to Live Every Day. We are in the second hour of today's show. I'm your host, Liv Harrison, and you are on Backchannel, where you can listen, watch, and chat live for 12 hours every single day with your favorite host. This all starts on the East Coast at 6 a.m. From 6 to 8, you've got Haley and Allison. From 8 to 10 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you've got my show, Live Every Day. On Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm only here from 8 to 9. And then from 9 to 10, you've got Kate and Will. From 10 to 12, you've got Jam and Renee with Get On Up with Jam and Renee. And I think they're coming on later today, actually, to say hi to us. So that's kind of exciting. You also then go into the Anthony Davis Show from 12 to 2, your pal Hal from 2 to 4, and then bringing us home, Mario Smith with The Drive from 4 to 6. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to new listeners. Hi, Sing Handcuffed. I'm glad you're here. JD is here, first-time listener out in Washington. Grass Puddle is making coffee. And we are going to try and salvage this next hour. That was a lot of fun. I got to say, I prefer when we get in these conversations. That's the way I like the show. I'm sure that's not the professional, mature way to have a show, but I like it. And this is our show, and I love you guys. And I love the little community we have formed, and everybody is welcome within it. So if you see us chatting and talking, you are part of this. This is not the kids at lunch in junior high that won't let you sit down next to them. Come sit down next to us. We want you to hang out with us. We want you to talk to us. That is what this is all about. So I got to tell you about yesterday, speaking of junior high. My daughter is in 6th grade, and I was asked to come and speak at her career day. Now, here's what's funny. I did not know career day was a real thing. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it. That's right. Hi, Susan. This is one big lunch table. You want to talk about pull a chair up to the table, you're invited to sit. This is the spot. And I'm not just saying it. I mean it. You are absolutely invited to sit. You have a place at this table. Everybody does. So come on over. Whether you ever talk to me or not, you are invited and you are welcome. So I got invited to do her career day. Hi, No Name, first time watcher. I did not know that was real. I've seen it. I'm trying to think of what movies I've seen it in or what TV shows. Can anybody think of a film? Go to backchannel.tv and tell me a movie where you've seen kids have a career day. Oh, Kindergarten Cop. Is Kindergarten Cop, is that career day when he comes in and or no? I don't know. Stacy, that's right. Everybody's invited, Stacy. Broken Emu, hello. Think of something. If you've seen a scene in a TV show, Santa Claus, when he says, the son says his dad is Santa. Okay. Try to think of a show or whatever, TV show. Kindergarten Cop, yes. So I get invited. I show up. Yes, this was yesterday. I show up yesterday to career day. Now, I made up this job. Well, I mean, now I got hired. But before, we just built this studio in our garage. I started with a podcast. I then made up a late night TV show, and now I have a morning show live with you guys. Okay. High School High. Stacy says Elf, Liar, Liar. Okay, good. So I've only seen it in movies. I show up and they give us a schedule. First of all, when Harry met Sally, that's not true. When I show up, there's this whole this whole thing. There's gift bags. There's snacks, there's drinks, there's all this stuff. There's all these other adults. I show up in jeans, cute little top, earrings, my hair done. I have on heels that go with my jeans that are ripped at the bottom. Everybody's in suits. There's an FBI agent. There's a petrochemical engineer. There are detectives. There's nurses, a veterinarian. What else? I get the call sheet. First of all, I did The Little Mermaid. Very funny. I didn't understand I was going to be speaking to 3 different classes for 20 minutes each. We were on a rotation. Also, everybody brought gifts for the children. Candy, stickers. They brought things for them to do. The FBI agents brought vests for them to put on. The detectives brought badges and all this kind of stuff. The nurses brought all this syringe stuff. I show up. I should have brought it. Shoot. I don't think I've shown y'all on the show. I have an airbrushed hat from like, it looks like 1985, and it says LH Media. I got it made in Florida. I brought that. I put that trucker hat on. I brought my sign that I have on the outside of my studio, which is my garage, that says "It's not that late" with Liv Harrison recording or something. And I brought my mug. That's what I brought. I didn't bring any business cards. I brought nothing for the children. All these people were like super professional. On my call sheet, it says Liv Harrison, professional speaker / MC. Nothing about having a media company, nothing about doing on-air talent, nothing about content creation, nothing about anything that I do. And I was like, And the first class I had to speak to was my daughter's class. Okay. So my daughter is in there, 6th grade. I come in with my ripped jeans and my trucker hat. And I stand up there and pretend I have a career. And I'm like, hi, everybody. Although I am a professional speaker. So I give this whole talk about how I got started, actually, how I got started on SiriusXM radio and my origin story, going back to our love of Marvel and what I do. Hi, Prickly Links. I do this all day. I do my little spiel. I make the kids laugh. I'm telling them stories. I'm answering their questions. They all want to know how to have a podcast. They all want to know the most famous person I've had on my podcast. Everyone from Klein will love this. They wanted to know about Matt Bomer. I don't even know how we got there. One of the teachers pulled up his picture. Hi, Cody, again. We played my late night show theme song, like all this stuff. They've all added me on Instagram. 8th graders ran out into the hallway as I was leaving, these 8th grade girls, and they were like, oh my gosh, we love you. You're so cool. We want to hang out with you. I was like, you're in 8th grade. They were like, what's your daughter's name? My daughter is dying. I was like, no, go with it. Like, make it cool. She was like, I can't believe everyone knows who you are. And they are like, whatever. I'm getting DMs this morning from parents and like all this kind of stuff. And I am so embarrassed. It was not what I thought it was going to be. And I don't know how to handle it. So anyway, if anybody needs somebody for their career day, let me know. I can come and tell stories to your kids and not bring them candy and treats. And I don't think they care. So that was a really good lesson. And I want to say what, because you always brag on Matt. I didn't brag on Matt. I really didn't. I mentioned, they were saying the most famous people, and they did not like my list of famous people that I was going through that I've interviewed, that I've had on my show. They were like not impressed. And I was like, the most famous people I know went to my high school. And I was talking about Lynn. I said, she's my life coach. I'm talking to Lynn today. And it was like Matt Bomer. And then the teacher brings up Matt, and every girl was like, he's gorgeous. Anyway, so Sheila says, I bet you were the most relatable parent that presented and made the kids feel comfortable. Yes, no, it was funny. They were so cute. They wanted to know all about the pod. They didn't care. They were so adorable. They were just, I think they were excited. Yeah, probably the most relatable, because if you're an FBI agent, you don't have a website. What are you going to go watch on YouTube? That's right. They don't know Mindy. And I should have talked about Mindy, but I did tell them to come watch this show, which I'm sure none of them are. They're on TV. But I thought you guys would die. Me in a trucker hat with torn jeans for career day with people in suits. I thought this crew would appreciate that the most and be like, why would they ask you to go? And I'm sure they won't again. So that little story was for you. That was for what the what. Too hysterical. I haven't even looked at my run of show today. I am sitting over here going like, where are we? Is this hysterical? Should have brought Steve with you. I thought, man, Steve and I would have been a hit if I brought a Houston police officer with me. Steve, next time I'll come to Lana's school. You come to my daughter's school. We'll do that. That's what I think we should do next time. But anyway, career day is real. Whether or not you have a career, whether or not you made it up. God, I just hope my kid, you know what I do think is really funny, and I'll move on after this. What's really funny is that, oh, Susan, I'll come speak at school. Listen, if anybody needs anybody to come speak at a school, let me know. I am a professional speaker, by the way. If you ever need an MC or if you ever need anything for your business, let me know. But yeah, if your kid's school has career day, let me know. And I can tell them how not to have one or to make it up in your garage. But what's so interesting is that I think my daughter's teachers got an insight into my daughter by listening to me because I was like all over the place, laughing, being loud. And one of the kids said, your daughter acts just like you. And I was like, well, I am her mother, it isn't. And I looked at the science teacher. I was like, I could come back and discuss genes, and how genes just replicate themselves. So I think the teachers were kind of like, oh, this makes sense now. Now we shouldn't hate this kid so much. Grass pedal, let Steve arrest you and take you away would be such a hit. Wouldn't that be amazing? If he arrested me and ducked my head. Do you do that, Steve? Do you duck the head when you put people in the back of a car? How could anyone hate her? I know. No, but my daughter has a lot of energy and she's very talkative and very social. So as a teacher, I'm sure sometimes you're like, seriously? What are we doing? Could you just behave? The really cute thing is, and then I'll move on, the boy that she likes was in the class and she actually asked him out to a dance and he said yes. And yesterday when I was leaving, I was like, so was he in the class? And she said yes. And I was like, which one was he? And I don't remember what he looks like. And I'm so sad. Okay, Chewy, hi. Kind Pigeon, welcome. First time watcher. So glad you're here. Hello. So one last question before we move on, and we'll play a game next, you guys. We're going to play general trivia, which means Anna does not give us any choices. We just have general trivia. I want to know, did you ever have career day in your school? Did you ever? Now, here's what's really sweet. I got to say this. Steve does not duck heads into the cop car. They learn to duck their own or hit their head. That sounds more like you, Steve. Wanda, hi, good morning. Here's what's really sweet. The 8th grade girls who were really cute, they were adorable, these 8th grade girls. They ran out into the hallway and they were like, oh, we want to whatever, where can we find you? Blah, blah, blah. And they're following me on Instagram. Dusty Antelope, hi. One of them wrote me a DM and she was like, you really inspired me today. And so I'm joking about all the things, but I think what's really cool about career day, which I didn't have, and I want to know, did you grow up having career day in your school? Did people come, adults come and talk to you about careers? Were you influenced into the career that you're in now because of an adult in your life? What was really sweet about these girls and these parents who are writing me, they haven't seen a woman go into media. You know what I mean? And I said that yesterday. I kept taking a pause to say, I want to let the girls in here know. Here's what's great about my job. I'm done with my job at 9 a.m. and I do it at my house. That's crazy. That's incredible. And as a female, being a stay-at-home mom, having kids, it's really given me a freedom. Also, it's given me a voice. And I said, in most rooms, I'm the only woman there. There are not a lot of female MCs. There are not a lot of female speakers. There's not a lot of female radio hosts, late night show hosts, morning hosts. This is not a space where women get to, or podcasts, things like that. So I loved that piece of it, coming at it from a strong female perspective. And I said, my producer is female and all that kind of stuff. So I think for the girls, I think most girls are taught this is what you can be. You could be a teacher, you could be a nurse. These are things you could do as a woman if you're going to have a career and a family. So I hope that was the takeaway, that it at least opened up their minds to, there are other things you can do as a woman, you know what I mean, that are in a creative space and that you can get paid and you can make a difference or an impact and still have a family and still do those things. So that is, even from my silly truck hat situation to, and I'll bring the hat on tomorrow, but to what actually Career Day did, I think it was really cool out of all the things. So yes, Stacey's saying, yes, some people came to our school and we had Career Day there. Anna did not have Career Day. No one came to speak to us about our future. Susan said, yeah, me neither. Mindy said, we did not have career day, but the best one I ever saw for my son was on Veterans Day. Speakers from every military branch came and told their stories. Amazing. And I think that's really cool. I mean, I think that that's really great to make things so tangible, especially for kids. Hi, Pure Cow. Hi, good morning. And to say, because yeah, what I do is not, it is unique. I mean, it is unique for sure. And how would you know about it? Like, I mean, anytime I see somebody doing something really different, I'm always intrigued to know, how did you get there? How in the world did you decide to do that? Or how did you even know it existed? And what were the steps you took? You know, that kind of a thing. So, but even like a petrochemical engineer, like my friend Brian, he was the one that came yesterday, and he came in his whole suit and his hard hat, and he brought all this cool engineering things. I'm actually godmother to one of his children. They have 9 kids, and Brian was there, and we could not be more opposite as human beings. Total different personalities, and I love him to pieces. And I love that the kids got to see what, if you're like, if your brain thinks this way, you can go and have a life. And he has a really comfortable life with 9 kids. You know what I mean? Also, people with big families get, yes, it's difficult to have big families. It is financially, it's very, very difficult. Brian does really well. And I think that that's really neat to see, hey, you can be super uber smart. His wife is crazy hot. Have 9 kids. Have a great life. You know, like, I just think it's really neat to show these different stories. Can you be an FBI agent? A lot of us watch FBI agents on TV, but none of us really know them, you know, or whatever. So I'm going on and on and on. Stacey said we had a banker come to our school and he showed us about his job. Exactly. That's super cool. No name. Hi. Welcome. First time watcher and writer. Hi. Out in Oregon. Okay. Let's see what everybody's saying. Grass Puddle says that would be me, the engineer. I know, Grass Puddle, you could come. When you're here in Houston, let us know. Susan says, my parents were told by my 8th grade teacher that they should not bother sending me to college, that I should be a secretary. Years later, the Superior Court judge that I worked with did not understand why I did not become an attorney. So I'll tell you know what, Susan? First of all, thank you for sharing that. Like, thank you for feeling safe enough with all of us to share that about your story. Thank you so much. Small Lion, hi. Welcome. Same. When I gotta say, mine was not in 8th grade, but mine was in high school. Mindy, Steve, and I went to the same high school here in Houston. And my counselor, Mrs. Fricky, okay, brought me in junior year, sat me down, like she called me in from class, sat me down and said, so you're not going to college. What is your plan? And I was like, I'm not going to college. I was like, wait, is there an option? Because where we live, there wasn't an option. Like, I didn't know anybody that didn't go to college. I didn't know, like, not going to college wasn't a thing, you know? I'm serious. So when she said that to me, I was like, why? Why would I not go to college? Like, I don't understand. And she meant because I wasn't intelligent enough to go to college. So, and the reason that I wasn't intelligent enough to go to college was because I was too social. So my grades reflected that, right? Because I was so busy talking and entertaining that I didn't care. Yeah. Oh, you remember her, Mindy? Yeah, I didn't. Her husband was the principal at the junior high that I went to, and he loved me. Funny enough, he actually offered me a job. Actually, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was a different principal we had. Never mind. But, and Mrs. Free, you're so pretty. So yeah, where did she get that idea? Well, I think it's just because I didn't have a high GPA and didn't do well on SAT, stuff like that. Like Stacey says, because I couldn't see very well, I couldn't go to college like everyone else. I hear that, Stacey. I think a lot of us, with the adults in our lives or people in our lives, they look at us, right? How many of you feel this way? How many of you feel that you've been judged because of your performance, either academically, physically? You also have to remember, and I've shared very briefly on here what I looked like. I was, at the time in high school, I think I was in the 280s. I mean, I got up to the 450s as far as my weight. So I don't think people really thought I was going to matter to much. I was morbidly obese. I did not score well in school because I was so social. And there were a few teachers that saw my gifting and they saw what I could bring to the table. But I think people just made assumptions. Also, I've been made assumptions as well, as I'm sure the rest of you, because I have a big personality or because I'm funny. people then think I don't have any intelligence or I can't, have anything else to offer. I was the funny fat girl. You know what I mean? That was my slot in high school. I was the funny fat girl. Stacey says, don't ever think that you've been judged. Think of a different way to go. Steve said, you got called to the counselor's office. I didn't meet mine until the end of senior year, fall semester. I was already accepted to college. So it did me no good. I laughed at her for taking so long to get to me. That's hilarious. Susan says Mindy says, physically for sure, people treat you differently and make assumptions on appearance. I one day hope, I hope one day to actually write about what life was like as a morbidly obese person. I'm not morbidly obese at this point, but definitely it did affect the way that people interact with me, for sure. I mean, I was just people just made all sorts of assumptions because of my severe weight. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. So career day. How did we get here? God. Yeah, good segment for Mindy's comments. So there you go, you guys. Whatever you were told in the past, here's what I want everybody to hear. And we'll go on to the game. Poor Anna is like, what is going on today? No matter what people think of you or what you scored on the SAT or didn't score, or whether you went to college or didn't go to college, or what you weigh or don't weigh, it does not matter. Whether you can see or not see, your worth and your purpose on this planet is not up to other people. Okay. You are not a mistake. You're here for a reason. And I'm glad you're here. With that, let's play some general trivia. Okay, you guys, this is how this goes. If you're on Backchannel, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you to the subscribers, by the way. You guys are amazing. JD, thanks for subscribing. Oh my gosh. Oh no, it just says new. Sorry, JD, I got all excited. But if you want to hit subscribe, you can. But guys, this is, yes, Susan says exactly. This is a place where you can come and you can listen and watch and you can chat and you can have a safe space and a place at the table. That's what we do here. We talk about things. Mindy says she's blow drying her hair, GP. So you got to take the trivia wheel for us. So your answers, GP, will count for Mindy. For Mindy. And Anna will be, okay, you got this on your Marriott TV ready to go? That's crazy. So Anna will keep score. If you're on Backchannel, you can go to backchannel.tv. So if you're on an Alexa device, an Alexa Echo Dot, the app, you can go to backchannel.tv and chat there. You can play with us there. If you are on your Echo Show, or if you're on a Fire TV, Fire Stick, I don't know, you can speak to your device and you can give the answers there. Okay, Isabella, hi, welcome, first-time listener. Here we go. A dog sweats through which part of its body? This is the first question out of 6 for trivia today. There are no answers, so you're just gonna have to guess. All right, a dog sweats through which part of his body? Go to backchannel.tv. Give me your answers there. Sheila is saying tongue. Susan says tongue. Grass Puddle says tongue, but dogs don't sweat. Mindy gave a thumbs up, so she says yes to Grass Puddle. Everybody's saying tongue. Is it weird that my first thought was ears? Why? Why in the world would I think that? Oh, I love it. Stacy says, okay, Isabella, hi and welcome. Oh, I love that, Stacy. You're so sweet. Ryder says tongue. Steve says under his tail. Grass Puddle says every answer is Little Mermaid. The dog sweats through which part of his body? His Little Mermaid part. Oh, that's cute. This makes me miss my dog. You guys make me miss my dog. I need him today. Man, this has been an emotional day. Stacy says tongue. Everybody's saying tongue, except for Steve. He says under his tail. All right. Pause. Anna, next time you did nothing wrong. Next time, tell us that we're getting it wrong, because that'll blow everybody's mind. Rebecca said tongue. Rebecca knows everything. Lisa, hi, tongue. The answer is pause. Anna, you're going to have to prove that one to us. I demand a recount. Pause. Nobody, you just double checked? Who's saying this? And are you sure they sweat through their paw pads? Oh my gosh, that blows my mind. Rebecca, apparently not. Everyone, you got that wrong, excluding me. Including you. Cody, you subscribed. Thank you, Cody. Yay, new subscriber. Thank you. Steve says mine was a smelly answer, but closest to pause. Well, that's kind of true. Let's pause this quiz. Okay. Dogs do sweat mainly through their glands in their paw pads. Okay, no problem. All right. So this is hysterical. All right, here we go. Number two. What's a group of kittens called? A group of kittens? Oh. Jeez. I'm sitting here thinking, like, how do I not know this? A group of kittens? I know that a group of owls is called a parliament. Grass Petal says lies. Bag of lies. A litter. Oh. Ryder says a coat of cats. Ryder, if that is not true, we're changing it. It should be true. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Steve, a pot pie. That is so wrong. Susan says a litter. Becky, hi, good morning. Skinny sheep, hi. Hello. Anna says no one's gotten it. No one has gotten it. Rebecca says a Kindle. Ooh, I like that. A Kindle. That makes me sound so brilliant when I download something on my Kindle and then I don't read it because I don't read. I mean, I read on here all the time. What do we see? Okay, so it's not a litter. It's not a pot pie. It's not lies. It's not a coat. I don't know if it's a Kindle. Mindy's laughing. Oh, you did a crying cat emoji. That's very appropriate at this point. A clouder? Sheila says a clouder. What if it's a clodder? I don't know. A group of kittens? A crowder? Okay, Cody's saying the same thing. A Kindle. A Kindle. Hi, no name. First time. Welcome. Hi. Has anybody actually changed their name? No namers. Has anybody ever responded to me and told me their no name? Clouder is a group of cats. A clouder is a group of cats. Oh, and this is a group of kittens. A Kindle. Grass Puddle cat chowder. Research says Kindle. You're right, Susan. So a group of kittens is a Kindle, and a group of cats is a clouder. Sheila says, I missed the kitten part. There's an Amazon tablet called Kindle. You can watch Backchannel on that with Alexa. Can you really? That's cool, Ryder. Thank you. Number 3. Are we already on number 3? When was the first New Year's Eve ball drop in Times Square? Ooh. For no reason at all, because I absolutely have no reason to know this. I don't know this. This is legit just coming out of my brain that obviously my high school counselor didn't think should go to college. I did, by the way. By the way, not only did I go to college, but I went to grad school and I was on Dean's list and President's list, which is when you have straight A's in grad school. And I actually came back to Mrs. Fricky and I showed her me being on President's list in grad school. Just thought I'd say that. I'm going to guess 1932. I don't know why. Lisa says 1907. Steve says when the mayor was drunk. Rebecca says 07. Grasspell says 57. Alexi, hi. Hi, friend out of New Jersey. How you doing? So glad you're here. First New Year's Eve drop. Well, if we've got 2 07s, I'm guessing that's got to be it. But it feels like 1930. What did I say? I already forgot what my answer was. 1921. Do we have, you know what, Anna? Okay. Susan says research says 1907. Are you guys asking? That's all right. You can cheat. You can do whatever you want. 1907. Do we know why? Graspel says 1907. What is that? Is that a sloth? What is the sloth for? Uh, why did they start it? Do we know, Anna? Not that you have to tell me at this point, but when you do have a second, that would be interesting to read sometime. Why in the world did they start the New Year's Eve ball drop? That's fascinating. Why have I never thought about that? All right, number 4. Question 4. Steve says, I told you why. But how did they get a ball on top of a building, Steve? You know, Lisa not cheating, remembering the 100th anniversary on the New Year's Eve broadcast. Lisa, you're an incredible friend. What is the shortest ology word? Oh, that's hilarious, Grass Puddle. You accidentally hit an emoji. That's a funny one to accidentally hit. Oh, Anna has the answer about the ball drop. What is the shortest ology word, as in like biology, sociology? I don't know. What is the shortest ology word? All right, here is, as you guys are answering, I'm going to read to you about New Year's Eve. The first New Year's Eve ball made of iron and wood and adorned with 125 watt light bulbs was 5 feet in diameter and weighed 700 pounds. It was built by a young immigrant metal worker named Jacob Starr with 2 R's. And for the most of the 20th century, the company he founded, he was a sign maker, Art Craft Strauss, was responsible for lowering the ball. Revelers began celebrating New Year's Eve in Times Square as early as 1904. But it wasn't until 1907 that the New Year's Eve ball made its maiden descent from the flagpole atop 1 Times Square. 7 versions of the ball have been designed to signal the new year. Interesting. Steve still wants to go with that the mayor was drunk. Drunks do crazy things. Oh, Lisa says apology is the shortest ology word. Anybody on Backchannel have a guess? Backchannel.tv. Graspel says ology. Oh, Rebecca says oology with an extra O. It's the study of eggs. Rebecca, you need to go work for like Britannica. Susan says in 1907, the ball drop was held in Times Square in New York and was organized by the owner of the New York Times. That's interesting. Ryder says, I wish it was just. I don't know what that means. Sheila says she's going with Rebecca. And Rebecca, Steve says apology. I can't even read what Steve says. Steve, I think you love just watching me react to you, which that would be high school. She's right. Oh, you mean you wish it was just 1 month away? New Year's Eve, Ryder? Is that what you mean? Why, friend? Are you not a fan of 2022? You ready for 2023? We just got here. Susan says sociology. Steve says zoology. Rebecca was right. Oology. Oology. The study of eggs. Study of eggs. That's interesting. So can you be an oologist? Number 5. Yeah, Ryder says, no, I didn't. We're 4 months ago. Well, 2022 is okay. All right, number 5. Where does the term mocha come from? Where does the term mocha come from? Mochaccino. That felt like an Elle Woods answer. Is that an Elle Woods answer? Mochaccino. Steve, I'm here to bring in the crazy. Anna sends me checks every week. They bounce when I get them. Oh, Steven. You are just, Steve, you are the ultimate pigtail puller for sure. Ryder says milk. Where does the word term mocha come from? Milk? The cocoa bean inside? Lisa says mocha equals more chocolate. Susan said the cocoa bean insides. Oh, that's interesting. Is it called a mocha? I don't know. Does mocha actually stand? Oh, Lisa, you're serious, I think. As in Mo chocolate, mocha, Mo chocolate. You're serious. I bet that's exactly right. Mocha, Mo chocolate, mocha. Oh gosh, I hope you're right. I really do. Ryder, I've heard of a mocha blended cappuccino or whatever on my story. It comes from I'm not reading that, Steve. I am not reading that. I'm not getting canceled because of Steve. You like the Elwood's answer? Mochaccino. That's where mocha comes from. The dance that squishes the beans is called the mocha. Kind of like that. Anna so far was saying everybody was wrong so far, but maybe that one's right. The dance that squishes the beans is called the mocha. Everyone is still wrong? Anna, everyone's wrong? Even my Elwood's answer? Oh, it's the port city in Yemen where the drink was originated. What? People were just hanging out in Yemen and they were like, I'm going to add chocolate to my coffee. I've told y'all this. We've had this conversation. Ryder says, do you know where I heard the milk blended chino is in the interview with the robot? You can get an Audible for 1 credit. I don't know what that means, Ryder. Steve, I was right, but you won't read it. Well, they were not the people, they were not neighbors to the Atlantis. Let's be honest, someone probably would have gotten it there eventually. That's probably true. Oh, adding chocolate to, listen, you know when that was going to happen? A mocha was going to be designed when you went to a conference at a Marriott and they have packets of Swiss Miss, and when they have hot coffee and somebody taught you how to put a packet of hot chocolate into your coffee, thus making a mocha. That happened to me at a conference, changed my life. We've talked about that here because I did not know to do that. Yeah, we would have absolutely figured it out. Number 6, how long is a moment? Ooh. Last trivia question. How long is a moment? Whoa. Swiss and coffee. I do that all the time. Swiss Miss, specifically grass puddle and coffee. How long is a moment? It's got to be less than a minute. Hi, no name, first timer. Hello. Ryder says 1.25 seconds. That sounds very accurate. Temporary dragonfly. Moment, a third of a second. Susan says a third of a second. How long is a third of a second? Grasspill says 5 to 7 seconds. Rebecca says 90 seconds. Rebecca makes me nervous. Every time she answers now, I think, oh, that could be it. How long is a moment? Lisa says 2 minutes. I'm going to say less than 10 seconds. Less than 10 seconds. 90 seconds. See, Rebecca's going to get it. A moment is 90 seconds? Steve says, well, a moment for men is shorter than a moment for women. That's true. And she will remind you for the rest of your life. Therefore, it's forever. Steve. Mindy, her answer was a heartbeat, which I would have gone with that way. Grass Puddle says the hot chocolate stuff they have at the coffee station, so usually Swiss Miss. Yeah. A moment is 90 seconds. Oh my gosh. Ryder says, I still think it's 1.25 seconds or a third of a 2.5 seconds. I got to be honest. I think a moment is less than 90 seconds. Who decided that? Like, is this an actual measurement of time? I mean, is that scientific? Can you go in and say, hi, I am a scientist and I'm going to do this experiment for a moment. And then all the other scientists are like, oh, okay, we've got 90 seconds for this. We've got 90 seconds for this. Like, is this something that scientists know? I just want to know. Mindy says, agree, lies. There's no way. There's no way you go into a chemical lab and say, we are testing this for a moment. You would say 90 seconds. Is that real? Okay, Anna's writing me. I love when Anna writes me. Yes, it's scientific. Although the length of a moment in modern seconds was therefore not fixed. On average, a moment corresponds to 90 seconds. Great. Then I'm going to start using the word moment the way that it should be. I'm going to, Susan says the free dictionary says it's an indefinite period of time. Grassfiddle says Anna made this all up and is conspiring with Rebecca. What if Anna and Rebecca are the same? We've seen neither. What if has anyone seen Rebecca and Anna at the same time? What if one of them is a virtual hologram? Do you have to say virtual if something's a hologram? Is it automatically virtual? I have so many questions on this show. Let's see. Anna says, for a long time, humans have divided the day into 24 hours. However, the hour itself was divided into 40 moments. It's kind of beautiful. Rather than 60 minutes. Oh, I kind of love that as we have today. Rebecca's laughing. Grassfell is like, Rebecca and Anna are the same person. Good theory, Grass Puddle. Can we start saying that? I want to spend 40 moments with you. Isn't that romantic? Instead of I want to spend 60 minutes. 60 minutes sounds so cold and sterile. But if you said to someone, I want to spend 40 moments with you, or I want to spend indefinite oh, that's really romantic. I love that. Everyone's like, what are you doing? Ryder says, what if they're linked to the same account and they might be changing their names all the time? I'm telling you, Ryder, we want to solve something today. Sammy out of Vermont. Hi, good morning. Nobody else is with me on the moment romantic thing? Okay, fine. I'm just saying it's kind of neat. Steve says Mindy is just a computer program and Grass Puddle is Canadian. All right, new rule. I cannot pour coffee and read whatever Steve writes at the same time. I'm going to burn myself, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right. So we are coming up to the last part of this show, which I don't even know what the show was today. I really don't. Golly, so many things going through my head. I can't get out of my head about Anna and Rebecca. That's just about the funniest thing I've ever heard. Okay. So we are going to, I think, talk to Jim and Renee really soon. But before we do, I wanted to go, I don't know, Anna, what do you want to go to next? You want to do the 25 menu items? I've been so all over the place. I could see that being bad, but we could if you want to. You can pick whatever you want to throw up on the screen. I always say that. I should always say, put up on the screen, Anna. You choose whatever it is that you want me to dig into for the next couple of minutes before we go into our next big tangent. I love that I talked about 30 minutes about career day. Hi, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Erica says, wait, is it grass puddle or grass pedal? It's puddle, like as in a puddle. And hi, friend. Good morning. I totally envisioned the second in my head, and now I'm doubting myself. You are such a sweetheart. It's so good to see you. Steve says, go to the moon. Grass puddle, I'm still thinking about Wonka chocolate. Right? Who isn't? Steve says, let's talk about ways to prove that Anna is real. Anna, you can pop on, by the way. I don't know if you ever want to, but you can. You can show your face one day if you want to. I'll allow it. I'm acting like I have the power. I don't have any power. But you can if you want to. Let's do a scary worm article. All right, great. Let me know when Jam and Renee are here if they are. I couldn't figure out the new yeah, I couldn't figure out the new. We have a new link today, and I missed it. Yeah, Grass Puddle, you missed this. Steve called you grasshopper today, and that was funny. All right, Madly Cougar, hi, welcome. All right, guys, there's a toxic, carnivorous, nearly immortal worm that is invading Louisiana. That's my home state. Is it dangerous? It sure sounds like it. It's the beginning of Tremors. Oh, Erica, you're not wrong. You guys, a slimy, carnivorous, toxic, immortal worm. Stop it. We don't believe that. Wait, Grassbottle just said, I thought Anna and Liv were the same. Liv talking to herself seems to make sense. I kind of love that. Anna, are you real? Anna is real. Jeez, y'all are hilarious. Okay. All right. So this sounds like something from a science fiction movie or out of your nightmares, but it is real. Tremors was a real, true story. Reba never lies. Who's Reba? That's what Steve says. Don't worry, though. The hammerhead worm is much more hype than harm. Chris Carlton, director of Meritus at the Louisiana State University Agricultural Center, LSU, said, quote, they're not dangerous. They're unusual and kind of strange, and they gross people out because they're slimy, but that's about it. Come on. The worm species is prevalent in the South and has made a home in Louisiana, though you shouldn't fear them. It doesn't mean they're not dangerous. The guy just said that, especially if you're an earthworm. Oh. He says, Carlton says, quote, they're predators. These worms have numerous names, most commonly called the hammerhead flatworm to the shoveled worm due to their shape. This is now making me not want chocolate. Those long squiggly worms, we should always end with an article on worms or insects because I always end up being hungry when I leave this show. These long squiggly worms have flat heads that plunge out either side and can reach up to a foot long. Their head can reach up to a foot long. Are we serious? Quote, the hammerhead worms are part of a large group of flatworms that belong to a particular file of organisms, Carlton said. These terrestrial flatworms belong to a particular family. They don't belong in anyone's family. In North America, there's probably 5 or 6, like overall, just 5 or 6 worms. That's it. Oh, just the full length of the worm is 1 foot, not the head. Thank God. I was like, I can't handle this, Anna. I cannot handle this. Anna is the puppy, is what Steve says. Grasswell says, Louisiana, they're going to be deep fried with okra soon. I wouldn't put it past us. Listen, have you eaten Cajun food? Steve said, wait, did you just ask who Reba is? As in Reba McEntire? Is Reba in the movie Tremors? There's only one Reba, and Tremors was her first acting gig. I can no longer acknowledge you. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Reba was in Tremors. Of course I know who Reba is. I've seen her in concert multiple times. Just saw her a couple of years ago, 2019. Okay. Carlton continued to say that Louisiana has more than one of these groups of flatworms. This is crazy. The most common is Bipalium kaiwanis. I made that up, which originated in the botanical gardens of the United Kingdom. These invasive species are native to Southeast Asia and have an affinity to hot, humid locations such as southern United States region. Much like slugs, these worms are active at night and after rain when the soil is moist. Do people have a problem with the word moist? They can be found underneath leaves and in dark areas. Quote, these big terrestrial flatworms crawl around. They live in moist places. You find them typically under compost or under boards, Carlton said. They're quite interesting. Why is the hammerhead worm so important? The biggest threat of the hammerhead worm is that it kills good worms. Hammerhead worms eat slugs, insects, snails, and earthworms. Earthworms are important in the underground scene because of its role of decomposition of organic matters, increased soil aeration, water movement, and plant growth. They sort of wrap themselves around insects. They digest them from the inside out and basically drink the digested organism like a Slurpee. That's what Carlton said. That's the most disturbing thing I've ever read. A hammerhead worm's mouth is on the underside of the worm. So when it attaches itself to the prey, it produces an enzyme and toxin that immobilizes the creature and dissolves the creature. You have a picture, Anna? Stop. Carlton says, quote, it simply dissolves it and makes it into a liquid. Stop it. Are you kidding me? What happens if you touch a hammerhead worm? Carlton says, quote, if you come into contact with one, you should wash your hands because they do produce a toxin. It doesn't affect people that just touch them. You wouldn't want to eat one because they do, in fact, produce a poison that they use as a predator. This is the most disturbing thing I've ever read. How do you kill a hammerhead worm? If you plan to kill the worm, think twice before attempting to cut it up. It will regrow whatever part it needs. Cut it into 4 pieces. You'll have 4 new worms. Stop it. The best way to kill the worm is by sprinkling salt or vinegar. How about we light it on fire? Anna has a picture. Blah, 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 blah. I cannot. Susan said they also eat slugs. Yeah, they cover their prey and devour it. Yeah, like out of Stranger Things. Okay, yeah, they might be having the same problem I did today, Anna. Any thoughts? Hi, James. Hi. James is here on YouTube. Hey, friend. I had a hard time. We have a new link today, James. Renee and I can't get into the restream for some reason. Sorry to leave you. No, friend, you're okay. I did the same thing to Haley and Allison. There's a new link for restream. I know. Don't worry about it. Same thing. You look great. Oh, hi, friend. Thank you. I know. I was hoping to see you. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi, James and Renee. How do we get into our show? Anna, would you send the link to Jam and Renee? Would you mind doing that, friend? We'll have Anna send it to you. Yeah. Y'all are so cute. Sarah should send it to them. Well, I know, but just it's a weird day. Listen, today is a what the what day. I don't know, James and Renee, James. I don't know if you read. Oh, good. Look, Grasspell saying hi. Mwah, mwah. No, we love you guys. Susan saying hi to you. Jam. Grass Pedal saying hi. Everybody saying hi. Everybody say hi to Jam and Renee. Don't go anywhere because their show's coming up next and they are super fun. You do not want to miss their show. I adore them. Can't wait to meet them in real life. I think we should go to Coachella together next year. Would that be fun? That's a great idea. Jim and Renee, let's the three of us go to, we have to like cover it for Backchannel. I think we should. I think that's necessary for our jobs. Okay. Sheila's saying hi, Jam. Everybody's saying hello. Good morning. Lisa's saying hello. Hi, Jam and Renee. Grass Pedal. I do feel like a goddess today. Thanks for noticing. Grass Pedal. I tell you what, I hope you guys have better things. Yes, yes. Jam, we're only going if all expenses are paid for sure. Jam and Renee or James. So his real name is James. His nickname is Jam. Their show is called Jam. And the other host is Renee. So the show is called Get On Up with Jam and Renee. Okay. Sorry, I was making coffee when you said the name. There's two co-hosts on the next show. Get On Up with Jam and Renee. But yes, his real name is James. I mean, full name is James. I don't know what to say. Anyway, sorry, James. Well, this is really fun being on this end. Did you see the article we were just reading about? This toxic invasive worm in Louisiana that is so disturbing. So if you guys, here's what we've learned today. We had a crazy day today, Jam. I got to be honest. I am sending you. It's like I was a substitute teacher and you're the next sub coming in. I apologize for the energy we have. We had,
what happened? I gotta get the earpiece in, and now I'm on the show. Wow, this could happen to you all. You could be at home just sitting, chit-chatting, and then bam!
You made it in. I didn't even make it to Haley and Allison this morning. I couldn't get the link on my computer. So look at you. You are winning today, friend.
I feel
this is
really
my last day. I get
problem.
Canceled.
No. I feel really good at my problem solving abilities because I was like, is Liv on? I'm like, well, she's on. Let me just start chatting with her while she's on her show. And seeing, I was relieved to find out. I thought maybe I was like, oh, I guess our show is canceled. They were like, you don't get the link anymore. That's what I thought had happened.
I'm here to tell you that. It was really nice having you.
Maybe HR. Like when there's a mysterious meeting on your calendar and you're like, oh, who's okay.
There's 2 men at your door with a cardboard box. You have about 10 minutes to put it. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody adores you. Stop.
Do
No.
Get to go to Coachella though? Is Coachella still a thing?
Get your plant. Like you have a baby cactus.
Yeah, let me get my Funko Pop and my plant. All right, I'm out of here. It's been fun.
Apparently, that's all you need to have an office job. Because every film I've ever seen, that's what everybody has. It's like, oh, you have like a bobblehead and a plant. Apparently, that means you have a job. I don't know. So, friend, hi guys. This is Jam. People are confused. They're like, there's two people on the next show, two humans. Ready? Jam and Renee. And so this is Jam. His name, I know.
Our glamour shots go
I
to.
love it.
Yes.
I know. My earring just fell off. Look at
That's
that.
okay.
The whole thing just
No, I
flew
like the
off.
asymmetry. I
It
think
just
the
fell off.
universe was saying, "Girl, you don't need 2 earrings. You just need 1."
I know.
Yeah.
1985 on my face now.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a
Hi,
crazy day.
Susan. Look, I'm getting a
Crazy
hello
day.
there from the Facebooks. Wow, you're
I
everywhere.
love it.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah, I can't control. I'm sorry. I'm handing you over a very interesting energy today. So
Great.
have fun with that.
I kept trying to blame something has been wild this past week, and I was trying to blame it on something. I was like, Mercury in retrograde. They're like, no. I'm like, is it the Mayan calendar ended? They're like, that happened already. Like, I can't blame it on anything. It's just like, no, life is just it's just life. It's just happening.
Pandemic. I don't know. Solar
Yeah.
eclipse is happening soon.
Oh, see, we were feeling the
It
energy
is.
from it already. Good, we found
Already.
it.
It's
That's
already
why.
here. That's what we'll blame it on. Well, friend, tell everybody what's going on the show today. And thank you for
Really?
finding it.
I feel like
You're a wizard,
MacGyver
Harry.
today. I am a wizard. We've got it's Wednesday and we love alliteration. So we are gonna start off with well, actually, this is an alliteration. Our morning jam of the day. We're gonna kick this off. What song is stuck in your head? We're gonna play Wildin' or Working It. We're gonna look at some news stories, some people in movies, and we're gonna decide, like with Cher and Clueless, Wildin' or Working It by ending up with her stepbrother at the end of the movie. We're gonna have it out. The age-old conversation today. And some
It's
celebrity
Paul
birthdays.
Rudd.
I
He's
know, but
delicious.
and can he do no wrong? But we're gonna talk about it. Was it weird? Her ex stepbrother, but we're gonna discuss. We're gonna unpack that today.
I have a
So
lot
we
of
got some.
feelings about that. I have a lot of
Yeah.
feelings about that.
Well, join in the chat. You know
I
how to do it. You
mean,
did it earlier.
oh, I know. Look at you. You're amazing. No, that's fantastic. I'm so glad you were here. Way to figure it out. You're way better than me. I was not able to do what you did, but I can't do anything you do. So, you guys, don't go anywhere. This is Jam and Renee. Get on up with Jam and Renee. Bye, friend. We'll see you soon. I'm gonna hand over the show. We're already over my time. But everybody, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you so much for being here on the show. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Be here tomorrow morning. I'll be here at 8 a.m. I'm only here for 1 hour, but don't go anywhere because next is Get On Up with Jam Renee. This has been Live with Liv Every Day. I'll see y'all in the morning. Bye, you guys.